Ты ёбаный в рот.
Пиздец.
Ты ёбаный в рот.
Do we have the first Atacms strike in Russia? Or Russian bloggers are just on an edge in panic mode? Ukraine struck the artillery and missile arsenal in Karachev in Bryansk region. Russians say it was a missile, not drones. We are talking about the 67th Arsenal of the Main Missile and Artillery Directorate of the Ministry of Defense of the Russian Federation in Karachev, where ammunition is stored. According to eyewitnesses, a threat of a missile strike was announced in the city, after which loud sounds of an explosion were heard. Ukrainian channels also write that a missile was used for the attack, and Russian channels write that there was a combined attack using UAVs and Western Atacms Storm Shadow missiles. On October 9th, this arsenal was also hit by the Ukrainian armed forces. The Karachev depot is one of the closest arsenals to Ukraine. It is located approximately 114 kilometers from the border. This is within a range of the Atacms, but Ukraine has hit the site in the past without them, so it's still unclear. Russian bloggers confirmed the removal or arrest of brigade commanders and an army leader for falsified reports and meat grinder tactics. Yet, it won't change much. Throwing waves of bodies has been Russia's go-to strategy for centuries. Expecting those raised to hate others to change is futile, thanks to Yuri Podolyaka and other war correspondents for their fight against butcher commanders. It is already known that the brigade commanders of 3 brigades have been dismissed and arrested. In one brigade, the chief of staff and all battalion commanders were also removed from their posts. Additionally, the army commander and the chief of staff of the corresponding army have been relieved of their duties, along with the deputy commander of the group in this direction. Lies and foolishness often go hand in hand. High, unnecessary losses, when personnel were sent on senseless meat grinder assaults, were coupled with false reports sent up the chain of command. The fact that less than intelligent individuals could systematically deceive the general staff does no credit to the general staff. That war correspondents are needed to identify disorder in the ranks reflects poorly on the supervising security structures. It would be highly desirable for other butcher commanders to take note of the strict measures being implemented to restore order in the Siversk group. However, there is little hope for this. The ability to draw conclusions and apply lessons from the situation in Siversk requires intelligence, which is precisely what's lacking. If they possessed intelligence and competence, it would be easier for them to establish proper combat operations than to deceive their superiors and send soldiers into meat grinder assaults. War today is highly technological. A good commander today is a good organizer and manager. When everything is properly organized, tasks are accomplished with minimal losses. In the meantime, once again, thank you to the war correspondents for their targeted efforts to restore order. The 28th Mechanized Brigade destroyed 24 Russian, mainly recon drones with FPV interceptors. History is being made in Ukraine as the battlefield takes to the skies in a way we've never seen before. Drone dogfights. Imagine this. 2 drones controlled by opposing forces chasing, dodging, and attacking each other in real time. These aerial clashes represent a new era of warfare, where innovation meets strategy in the sky. The moment Ukraine's air defense shot down a Russian missile in the Odessa region. Locals captured footage of the falling debris. Zelensky commented on the Russian missile strikes in Odessa. Russian terrorists strike a residential area in Odessa with ballistic missiles. It landed on a car park. An apartment block, a university, and an administrative building were damaged. As of now, 8 people have been killed. My condolences to the families and friends. Almost 24 more people were injured. All necessary forces are being deployed to help everyone in need. These are not random strikes. They are demonstrative strikes. After calls and meetings with Putin, after all the false gossip in the media about allegedly refraining from strikes, Russia is showing what it is really interested in: only war. And this message should be heard in all parts of the world, from the halls where the G20 members meet to all the capitals of the world. Ukraine has scaled up the production of R-360 Neptune cruise missiles, enhancing them for longer-range strikes, says Defense Minister Rustem Umerov. We're ramping up missile production. This year, the first 100 missiles have already been produced. Serial production of the R-360 has been successfully scaled with improvements for greater range. The Croatian Ministry of Defense has estimated the batch of M84 tanks and M80 infantry fighting vehicles to be received by Ukraine at almost 145 million euros. The ministry stated that this book value includes relevant spare parts and ammunition. Croatia will provide 30 M84 tanks and 30 M80 infantry fighting vehicles. M84 tanks will be transferred to Ukraine for the first time. These tanks are a localized version of the exported Soviet T-72 M1 tanks, which were manufactured under license in Yugoslavia. After the breakup of the country, the newly formed Croatia inherited a fleet of 84 tanks. By 2008, all of them had been modernized to the M84A4 Snatchber level. And as of 2023, most of them had undergone major repairs and updated communication systems. Compared to the original T-72M, the Croatian M84A4s have greater firepower due to the modern DBR-84 ballistic computer, which works in conjunction with the all-weather day-night infrared sight of the SCS-84 gunner. The vehicle's propulsion system was also improved. The tank received a new 1,000-horsepower V46TK diesel engine, as well as improved turret rotation and vertical gun guidance drives. At the same time, the level of protection has not changed. During the modernization, the vehicle did not receive any hinged armor or dynamic protection packages. The armor corresponds to the level of the T-72M1 or T-72A. On the other hand, the M80 IFV, developed in Yugoslavia in the late 1970s, is often mistakenly believed to be a variant of the Soviet BMP-2, but it's not. The Yugoslavian vehicle is equipped with a German-licensed Daimler-Benz engine with a capacity of 320 horsepower. The M80 is armed with a HS-804 M55 20mm rapid-fire automatic gun from Hispano-Suiza, with a rate of fire of 1,000 rounds per minute. In return for the assistance provided by Ukraine, the Croatian Defense Ministry will receive funding from Germany to purchase German Leopard 2A8 modern tanks.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.